Hello again, it's June here. For some reason, kind of delayed and weird looking in my camera today. For some reason, my computer just doesn't want to process things very quickly. So I'm going to have to give it a few kicks later on. I just have a foundation review for you. This is review number 6. So we're trundling nicely through them now. I have two for you today. I have the RMK liquid foundation in shade 101. And I have the Graftobian Cosmetics High Definition Glamour Cream in Ingenue. So the first one then, the RMK foundation. RMK is a Japanese makeup brand that has recently kind of become available. Well, I don't know how long it's available, but anyway, it came to my attention recently. And I ordered this because I was just very, very curious. It had got very, very good, very positive reviews from a lot of sources, and I just was interested in trying some of their products. This would be the most popular foundation brand in Japan, and it's their liquid foundation. So it comes in a 30 ml bottle, and it cost about €32 or something like that, and it's expensive. It's expensive stuff. So when you open it up, it's got this annoying bottle, okay? No pump dispenser, and you can see there, it just flies out of the bottle. See, it's beginning to come out already. Um, it's got this plastic thing which narrows the bottle aperture a little bit, but it doesn't do it any good. This flies out of the bottle. So you have to give it a good shake before you put some on your hand to transfer to your face, but it flies out. So you will use a lot of this each time, just through wastage, and I mean, I would be careful. But I'll just show you the color of this. It's the shade 101, which is the lightest shade. And I don't know if you can appreciate this on camera, but it's quite yellow. Now, it looks paler on camera than it does in when you actually look at it. It's very yellow. And at first I thought, it just wasn't going to be suitable for me at all. I do like a little bit of yellow in my foundation, but there's yellow and there's yellow. Anyway, I put it on, and when I blended it into my skin, I noticed it got a lot brighter. It didn't actually stay that yellow color. It blended in really, really nicely. And it sets very quickly. Now that has completely set on my hand. And it sets to a matte finish. It's quite matte. There isn't much kind of dewiness to that at all. So yeah, it goes on nicely, blends in nicely, and gives good coverage. I mean, you certainly could get full coverage out of this with a couple of layers of it, but I definitely think it would look cakey if you did that. It sets very quickly on the skin, so you're actually using quite a lot of foundation with each application. I've only used it 4 times or 5 times, and I've used certainly a sixth of the bottle already, I think, so um, you will go through this quite quickly, I think. Um, However, once you've got it on and it sets, it is quite nice. Um, I didn't like it over a primer at all. I think really what this is all teaching me is that, primers just don't suit me, or certainly the ones that I have tried up to now are a bit disastrous because they just form a film on my face. The oil tries to come out and it just pushes everything out of the way, and so the makeup just kind of melts. Um, so over the primer, it broke up on my skin. It looked rotty. It looked yellow. It looked fairly gross actually. And didn't, I mean, after the first hour, it was beginning to do that. It broke up on all the red areas here and everything just looked awful. So anyway, I stuck it out for the day. I powdered over it a few times, and yeah, it had kind of gone from at the end of the first day. It was just gone off my face, and I was really disgusted with it. Really disgusted. I had spent so much money, and this was such a bad foundation. Anyway, the next day, what I did was I just put on the Graftobian Alovation mineral, or this is the instant toning veil, which is a wonder product. I put this on just with a serum, no moisturizer, and just this, and just went ahead and just applied that over it, and the difference was just unbelievable. With that, it just, the application again was lovely. It looked great initially, but it actually stayed on my skin quite well for the day. It did settle into my pores a little bit, um, but other than that, really, I couldn't, say it was awful. It looked fine. Um, it wasn't terrific. It wasn't amazing. I've got certainly a lot of foundations that are much better than this that would maybe have cost the same or maybe slightly less. Um, but yeah, I think for dry skin it would probably be quite good, or slightly less oily skin. Um, it's okay. Yeah, I'd give it about maybe a 6.5 to 7. But again, you have to be very careful how you use it. This is not forgiving of oily skin. Um, Although it says it's for all skin types and blah blah blah, right? They always say that. I'll use this up, but I wouldn't buy this again. It's just average to me, not amazing. Maybe other people have had different experiences, but it didn't stand out for me the way I thought it would because I'd read so much about it. But so there you go. Hype sometimes just is misleading. The second foundation I have then is the Graftobian Glamour Cream, and this is in Ingenue, which is Ultra Fair number 3. It's a neutral shade, and it's just this color here. And I'll just show you on my hand here. It's just perfect. It's a very, very good match for my skin. There it is on this side of my hand here. You can see it's just, you can't see it. All you can see is that the veins have disappeared. Um, but it's a very, very good match for me. Um, I really like this foundation. Um, it applies really nicely with a damp sponge or with the brush. The brush I used actually because my my stipple and swirl brush was dirty, so I used this one here, which is the MAC 130, I think. Yeah, 130. It's kind of similar, it's kind of similar. It's a much smaller brush, but the idea is the same. It's also flat topped where this one is domed, but it's a nice one, and it is lovely for using with cream products. So I use that to apply it, as well as on another occasion using the beauty blender. But I found the same thing, that like when I applied this over a primer, it was disastrous. I nearly cried at lunchtime when I saw how bad it was. It had gone, like, it had broken into dry plaques on my cheeks, and on the nose it was just gone off it. So I said, right, another disaster. So the next day I resorted to what I'm just resorting to now almost every day, which was again popping this on over just a serum. And again, marvelous results. This has terrific coverage. Um, a little of it will go a really long way. And if you use the Beauty Blender sponge, dampen it, it comes onto the sponge really nicely. So it's not an oily foundation. I think, I can't say for definite, but definitely a lot of water in this because it does take to the damp sponge really easily. You don't feel that there's any waxiness there, oiliness there. As I say, with the right skin preparation, this stuff is terrific. The other thing I would say is I would definitely exfoliate well before using something like this because it's so pigmented, it is going to cling to any areas that are rough, and so that texture is going to be definitely accentuated with this foundation. But with a good skin prep, that's probably the best cream foundation I've used in a long time. And I've used the Eve Pearl, I've used Kryolan, I've used loads of them. That's a really, really nice one. And it is amazing coverage without looking heavy, but do go easy on it because you get a little goes a very long way. And I'll just show you again. I mean, I've just tiny little swatched a little bit of that, and you can see just how pigmented it is. It's very, very nice. So yeah, I mean, it's a kind of mid-price foundation. I think it's about $20 or something like that. It's 14 grams, and certainly, having used it, I think you probably would get quite a long time out of this, although it looks quite small. So I'd probably give that maybe a 7 to 8 out of 10. The reason I would knock marks off it is because certainly with oily skin or over a primer, it just doesn't seem to be happy at all. Um, but yeah, just, you know, make sure you're well prepared to put it on. Make sure the skin is nice and smooth, and you'll just get a fantastic finish with this. I did set it with the powder, and definitely it will last longer for you if you do that. So that's that. Again, 7.5, maybe 8 out of 10 for this particular foundation here. That's the Graftobian Glamour Cream, and you can get that from paintandpowderstore.com. So if you want a cream foundation, you like cream foundations, I would certainly give that a try. I think it's really good, really, really good. So that's it for the two foundations. The next ones I'm going to go with are, I think, the Face Atelier, which I didn't mention in my initial video because I bought it since. Again, I just can't stop myself. The Face Atelier, and I think the next one after that then will probably be the Cryolan Ultra Foundation, which is another cream. So I'm going to go with those two, and then after that I'll just raid my drawer again and see what else is there and keep going until I've used every single one. So that's it. So thanks for watching. I know I get confused when I'm trying to talk about things, but I want to make sure that I'm covering all the aspects of each one, and it's very hard when you're as bewildered as I am. So anyway, thanks a million, and I hope this was reasonably informative. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you again soon. Slán live.